Kevin Dallas with a couple of threes to open things up, and they got it from two guys that have been struggling in Michael Finley and Steve Nash. They hit the first two buckets. Damon Stoudemire has a three-pointer already for Portland, and this Portland crowd really alive as their Trailblazers have battled back from a 3-0 deficit to make it 3-2. A packed house at the Rose Garden. And at the free throw line is Zach Randolph, who's been one of the reasons that they battled back from being down 3 games. He has 25 and 22 points in the last 2 games for the young fella. And since they went to this lineup, the bigger lineup with Zach Randolph, it's made a huge difference against Dallas.
Zach Randolph preening in the pregame warm-ups. we were talking, this guy is so excited and so pumped up. We told him and said, look, Zach, anybody can have one good game. A lot of people can have 2 good games, but who can have 3 good games in a row?
He's off to a decent start tonight. He's given his team a 1-point lead at 7-6. Nice pass underneath. Bradley got around 2 Blazers in Davis and Randolph in the 7-6 center squeeze between the 2 for the basket.
How's that not traveling? You take your 1.5 step, come to a stop, and then go again?
Yeah, but his 1.5, it travels a long ways.
Oh, catch the ball, please, Z-boy.
Portland gets first turnover. Here's Sean Bradley, that last trip down, the pass from Nash. That's a long step.
I don't understand that interpretation of the rules. I'm going to have to get the rule book out. Foul called away from the ball. Rasheed Wallace, who can ill afford to get into foul trouble, call for fighting through the screen. The Blazers have made a living during this series at the free throw line. They have been the aggressors. Some call them bullies during the course of the series. Whatever, it's worked.
Bradley on a pass from Nash. So Sean Bradley's got the last 2 Dallas buckets. This one from the outside. And Dallas opens up a 3-point lead. Wallace out on top with LaFrentz on him. Bonzi Wells trying to feed Zach Randolph, and Portland throws it away again.
Never jumped to pass.
Finley for 3. Boy, the 2 guys outside for Dallas that have not been playing well have 3 threes between Nash and Finley.
And now this Blazer crowd trying to get him going. The Mavericks are perfect from behind the arc.
Bonzi Wells jumpers off the mark. Zach Randolph, though, nice job on the offensive glass.
The difference between the 2 teams is really the style, the team game that the Mavericks employ versus the individual and physical dominance that the Blazers rely on. Oh, this is an offensive clinic for Nash Finley right now.
We called Steve Nash and Michael Finley on the carpet a little bit. Said, when are they going to show up? They have showed up.
Steve Nash cannot believe this call. Damon Stoudemire appeared to just fall down.
That's his 2nd foul.
But no place in Game 6 to get into it with the refs. I must have been blocked out by something.
Just a little hand on the hip, and then Damon, I guess, did the rest.
He just
lost his balance.
But 2 fouls now for Steve Nash.
And he makes a run at Stoudemire. That could have been a costly 3rd one. Dallas on a 10-2 run. Stoudemire, nice feed to Dale Davis. We welcome those of you watching the hockey playoffs. This is round 1 of the Western Conference NBA playoffs. It's Game 6. Dallas leading 3 games to 2. A week ago tonight it was 3-0 Dallas, and Portland looked like they were dead in the water, but they have battled back, won the last 2, and now here they are in Game 6 on their home court trying to even it up. Wallace blocks Dirk Nowitzki.
It was 3-0, Brad, Dallas, and it wasn't that close.
That's true. Here's Portland with a traveling violation.
Quickly update you on what's going on in the Rose Garden, Portland and Dallas, and Damon Stoudemire 7 points early, Greg Anthony.
Playing very well, but again, the big key in this game has been rebounding.
11-2, the rebounding total. Also, Dirk Nowitzki scoreless. 25-22. Defender's edge. Meanwhile, the hockey game is over. Grant Marshall scores the goal for New Jersey. What does that mean in the grand scheme of things as far as the NBA is concerned? You can see plays like this on ESPN2. Portland and Dallas now on ESPN2.
Watch the Devils take the triple overtime 2-1 win over the Lightning. Lightning striking in Portland, and Dallas back-to-back timeouts, wondering what has happened. The storm has hit them as Portland trailed by as many as 7. But in the last 10 minutes, Portland has outscored Dallas 27-7, and they lead here in Game 6. In the first round of the Western Conference playoffs, 38-25. As you see, the Mavericks started very hot. Nash and Finley were on fire. They've gone ice cold. The Blazers shooting 58%. And it's a 38-25 lead. We're under 8 minutes to go in the half. Brad Nessler, Bill Walton, David Aldridge, and the crew from the Rose Garden in Portland trying to even this best-of-7 series at 3 games apiece.
It's gotten so bad for Steve Nash, they've taken him out of the game.
Nowitzki, a non-factor so far.
3-second violation as the offense for Dallas, one of the league's elite, has completely broken down.
And that's coming out of a timeout.
Tom Nelson says, what's up with that?
Wells up over Bradley. Sabonis tips it in.
This crowd has not had much to cheer about over the last few years. They're having the time of their life.
Nowitzki in and out. Sabonis yet another rebound. He's been unbelievable off the bench. Patterson will go to the free throw line.
Here's a guy who couldn't even play in Game 4. And Sabonis, he is just quicker than everybody else. A true testament to the fact that quickness is a mental skill. Just tapping that ball in while everybody else is watching. Sabonis knows where the ball is going before anybody else does, and igniting the fast break. Ruben Patterson earning a trip to the line.
Ruben has not been good in the playoffs from the free throw line. 10 of 17. He's 59%. They got that one in.
But the advantage that Portland has in getting to the line in this series has just been remarkable.
Dallas 1 point this quarter. And he got them both. Our Bud Light on the floor. Van Exel and Finley, the backcourt with French, Nowitzki and Bradley up front. McGinnis and Wells, the backcourt for Portland. Wallace, Patterson, and Sabonis, who's been sensational off the Portland bench. Inside, Nick Van Exel finally scores from the inside. That's his first basket. He had 25 in the loss on Wednesday to Portland. That broke a field goal drought of over 7.5 minutes.
The Mavericks never a good rebounding team. Certainly not going to change overnight. The Blazers just pounding him any which way they want.
Bonzi Wells now starting to look like the guy who in Game 3 had a career high 45 points, and he comes up with a steal. Leads the break to Patterson.
Don Nelson, he's going to run out of timeouts.
Little boy asks his neighbors why they're always working on their yard. Neighbor looks up. Nothing more relaxing. Nothing wrong with getting your hands dirty, she adds. Little boy's dad asks how they manage it all. Neighbor nods across the yard. Nothing runs like a deer. John Deere lawn and garden tractors. Durability, precision, versatility, and exclusive support for everyone who puts more into their yard and expects more out of their tractor.
Now this here, that's the drain plug. It lets the oil drain out into the pan. Remember, she's got a lot of mileage on her, but one day, she'll be all yours.
Help keep the family car in the family with Valvoline's Max Life. Max Life, the first motor oil specially formulated to recondition used seals to help prevent leaks, helping your higher mileage engine run for a long, long time.
After our naps, we'll flush the radiator.
Now there's an entire line of Max Life products that'll help keep your higher mileage car around for a long time.
The 3 things every X-Men must have. Attitude. And a really, really nice ride. The all-new Mazda RX-8, now appearing in X2, X-Men United. Only in theaters.
I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. And each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop just before I begin. Because I've got you under my skin.
This crowd was hysterical during that last time out. It is a party over here like it's 1977. Bill Walton would love that party. He'd love the defense Portland's playing right now.
It's been the difference in the game as the Blazer defense has stifled the Mavericks at every turn, forcing them into horrendous shot selection. The ones that they have been able to get up, they have bricked badly. Shuffling of the feet by Steve Nash. No rhythm whatsoever. It's also ignited the Blazers' vaunted fast break. The Blazers uglified the game in Game 5, and they made it so that the Mavericks couldn't play the pretty boy style that they love. But right now, the Blazers are just doing everything right in every aspect.
Check in with David.
The message in the Dallas huddle, we have got to get some stops. Cannot continue to allow them to get anything they want everywhere they want. Back to you guys.
Coming out of the break, they got a good play. Nash drills a pass to Nahara for an easy bucket.
Finally, some ball movement, player movement, the ability to get the ball to somebody on the move as opposed to having to go one-on-one. That's not Dallas's game.
Sabonis tried a hook pass that time, and Nahara knocked it off his shoulder and out of bounds. It's a Portland turnover. There's 7.
So they're going to take the big man out, Sabonis, to a rousing standing ovation by the loyalists here in Portland. What a performance.
4 out of 5 for Sabonis.
8 points, 7 boards, and total domination of the intangibles.
Nahara and McGinnis run into each other. Jeff says, who me? There's the numbers on Arvydas Sabonis. Man, what a job.
Things going so well for Portland that Maurice Jeter might be tempted to substitute too much.
Steve Nash had it intercepted by Patterson. All 8 of Rubin's points this quarter.
Steve Nash still working the referee, Mark Wonderlich. Anyway, my arm was grabbed as I tried to deliver that ball.
Mavericks with only 2 field goals in the quarter that has 5 minutes left. They've still only got 2.
But the rebound disparity continues to grow.
Patterson looked back door, comes back out to Wallace, and he missed a 3. Nash trying to veer his way through traffic. Up off the glass a little too hard. Now it's 3-on-2 Portland. McGinnis pull up 15-footer. Got his own rebound and was fouled.
Mavericks are not getting back on defense. Nick Van Exel is calling the squad together so they can try to salvage something out of this first half. Blazers have made 19 of 32 shot attempts, which is a phenomenal percentage. The ones that they've missed, they just got the offensive rebounds and scored again. Dallas has 4 defensive rebounds in the entire game.
Wells in traffic.
What a pass to Zach Randolph.
Zach has 8. The lead is 21.
Balanced, depth, defense rebounding, and scoring. Blazers dominant in all of those aspects. What else is there?
Nowitzki has been a total non-factor after being the leading scorer in the playoffs at almost 35 a game, and he just turned it over. Dirk has one field goal. There's 4 minutes left in the first half. David Stoudemire looking for some help. Got double teamed by Finley and Nash, and he calls a timeout. And we'll take the timeout with Portland. 3:55 remaining in the half. Right now they are dominating the Dallas Mavericks.
The 3 things every X-Men must have. Courage. Attitude. And a really, really nice ride. The all-new Mazda RX-8, now appearing in X2, X-Men United. Only in theaters.
Our son and daughter are gonna be married. We're stuck with each other. Yeah.
Steve may love his son. Jerry may love his daughter.
Can you tell me what your dad really does?
I'm not allowed to say for the CIA.
But on May 23rd,
He's unstable or possibly worse.
they're getting a wedding to remember. Wow. Michael Douglas, Albert Brooks.
This was the worst wedding we have ever been to.
We should thank Jerry. He put it all together.
The In-Laws, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, May 23rd.
Men don't like to shave. It hurts. What with the stinging, the redness, the pain. They'd rather do other things like light their shorts on fire or eat dirt. Easy, fellas. Nivea soothes the pain of shaving. Nivea for Men Aftershave Balm has moisturizers and vitamins to soothe and actually improve your skin. Hey, look at you. Now that wasn't so bad. Nivea for Men, more evolved skincare.
Michelin designed the cross-terrain SUV tires specifically for SUVs to help provide responsive handling and a smooth ride. You'd be surprised just how smooth. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
ESPN2's presentation of the NBA playoffs, brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. And new Suave for Men. Great performance, great price, just for guys.
Coming up in moments on the ATT Halftime Report, Greg Anthony and I scores and highlights from 2 great Game 6s, including one going on in New Orleans right now.
Yeah, and you got AI and MASH going head-to-head, both with over 30 in the third quarter.
Yeah, we'll also talk to the 6th man of the year, Bobby Jackson, and also we'll recap an emotional day in Utah as John Stockton announces his retirement after 19 years.
I think I'm finished. So yeah, that's I informed those guys, and that's the direction I'm headed. So. You mean you've retired from pro basketball? Something like that, yeah. What did you say to him? I just said that I think it's time for me to move on.
Well, a big announcement from John Stockton, a great player, Bill.
How sad that he's leaving.
Some great play in the playoffs from these guys. Dirk Nowitzki came in as a leading playoff scorer, almost 35 a game. And tonight, 2 points. Credit a lot of it to the Trailblazers defense.
He just doesn't look right. He's not getting the touches. He's never going to complain, as is Steve Nash, about injuries. These guys are tough out there, but certainly factors that Nash's hip and Nowitzki's shoulder.
Up shot by Stoudemire over Nash. Didn't get it, and out of bounds to Portland.
The Blazers just continue their relentless attack on the glass. Ruben Patterson, Zach Randolph. What a back pass.
Inbound play is an easy one for Wells.
Don Nelson. They just got to be terrible. A man with so much pride, the 3rd winningest coach in the history of the NBA. And his team is just getting splattered
by 23
across the Northwest.
Now, fake nobody out. It missed the shot, but Finley was there to tip it in. 10 for Michael Finley. Dallas has 4 turnovers and only 3 field goals in this quarter.
But the fact that Rasheed Wallace has become an afterthought for the Portland Trailblazers.
He's hit a 3-pointer. That's just about it. He had 1 field goal early. Randolph, Patterson, Wells, the young fellas up front are doing the damage.
And Damon Stoudemire making great decisions, giving it up at the right time, shooting his jumper.
Look out, Steve Nash puts it up with the left hand as Randolph got in the air, couldn't stop the foul.
Ball movement for Portland, something you don't normally associate with this current roster. Everybody kicking it right away, no hesitation, no individual agendas out there. This is a team playing real ball right now.
Steve Nash, who hit the 3 3-pointers early in the ball game, and now has his 10th point on the free throw. Log on to NBA.com for the exclusive 2003 playoff section featuring live post-game press conferences, photo galleries, video highlights, and a lot more. Love it live on NBA.com. Steve Nash hit almost 91% of his free throws during the regular season. He hits those 2. He has 11.
The entire offensive unit out there now for Don Nelson, trying to find somebody with a hot hand.
Wallace, nice feed underneath to Wells.
And a technical foul for hanging on the rim. Pulling himself up. They just can't stand prosperity.
Well, he got his headband pulled down by LaFrentz somewhere in there. He could always say he couldn't see where he was going to land.
Well,
Nash back to the stripe for the technical.
That's the same stretch as Sabonis showed us on the rebounds.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen up lobbying.
Watch the headband.
Should just let this one go, though.
And who was that masked man at that point? He's thinking LaFrentz fouled him in the head, and instead he gets the technical. Nash hits the technical, and with 2:25 remaining in the half, 56-34. Portland by 22. Nash trying to take Stoudemire off the dribble and got the shot.
And now it's the Mavericks who are having to play one-on-one, and that's not their game. Nash over-dribbling. Nowitzki getting no looks.
They've had no running game, as Don Nelson told us today. You can't run if you can't rebound. They're not rebounding. Stoudemire thought better of taking the shot over the French, but it's Rasheed Wallace underneath on the feed from Daniels, and a chance for a 3-point play.
And all Nick Van Exel can do is shake his head and say, what has happened to our once beautiful team? Everybody involved, guys giving it up, the breakdown defensively, Nash and Finley on the weak side, the lack of communication.
Portland's passing's been perfect.
7 different Blazers have at least 1 assist.
There you go.
We talked about the balance. Talked about the endless depth of this squad that can withstand injuries. We can only hope that Dale Davis is going to be all right. But at some point, they are going to need him.
This is a team that sometimes wins in spite of itself. They found themselves in a 3-0 hole. They battled back to make it 3-2. They're looking like a team that wants to even it at 3-3. Minute and a half in the half. Van Exel. Here's LaFrentz for the stuff.
And standing up and saying, what about a traveling violation on this Van Exel?
59-38.
Blazers showing movement without the ball. It's just not been seen in these parts for ages.
Wallace got a 3.
So you got Bonzi Wells and Ruben Patterson dominating the inside. Ruben Patterson spreading the defense. Excuse me, Rasheed Wallace spreading the defense. Stroking threes. What could be better for Maurice Cheeks?
Bob Whitsitt and Paul Allen took it in stride. That 3-pointer by Wallace that has made it a 24-point game. Nowitzki trying to battle for the rebound. Here comes David Stoudemire. And he pulls it back out wisely.
Goodness, what a move.
Patterson off offensive rebound. No foul underneath. Still fighting for it. Still Portland ball.
Ruben Patterson outfought 4 Dallas Mavericks all by himself.
He hustled. Not the most gifted maybe as a shooter and that type of thing, but Ruben will go to the floor on you. And he's going to be the inbound man. There's about a 2-second difference, as you can see on the shot clock and the game clock.
Portland's playing so well, why even play the shot clock? It's and the way they've been getting backdoor layups on inbounds passes.
This time they throw it away, though, and Van Exel brings it the other way. Nicked all the way. Missed the shot, got his own board, missed again. And now Rasheed Wallace with a rebound. Final 10 seconds of the half. Portland's been sensational. They got 62 points. Stoudemire got another one. It looks very much like Portland wants to go to Dallas on Sunday. Let's check in with David.
Bonzi, 7 days ago, you were down 3-0. How did this happen?
We just never gave up. You know, as a family and as a team, we just believed in ourselves and that we had a chance. And when we said we win one, and hopefully go to 2, and then so on and so on. So the game is only halfway done. This is a great team, and they can come back and get in the game at any time.
You all play with a lot of emotion in the first half. How do you keep that going, knowing that you have a big lead?
Well, we don't get complacent. We're going to come out here in the second half with the same intensity that we had in the first half, and hopefully, you know, we win the ball game and take it back down to Dallas, but we still got another half to go.
If you win this game, is all the pressure on them Sunday?
Not at all. We still got to win Game 7 if we make it there, but we got to worry about this game first.
Bonzi, thanks very much. Good luck the second half. Back to you, Brett.
That is the business-like approach to take. There's a lot of basketball left. AT&T halftime report with Kevin and Greg coming up next. Portland outscored Dallas 37-14 in that second quarter. The lowest scoring second quarter in Dallas Mavericks history. Portland came out with authority tonight on their home floor to make a statement. Boy, have they made a statement. Halftime at the Rose Garden. It's 64-38 Trailblazers. DA?
Guys, not surprisingly, Dallas talked a little bit about rebounding at the halftime. They said, look, there's 4 guys for Portland under the boards. Put a body on somebody and hit them. Maurice Cheeks told his team, guys, we're playing too good. He's worried about a letdown in the second half, but he told me he will not play Scottie Pippen under any circumstances now. Try to save him for Sunday.
Wow.
Well, if the Blazers lose this game, there are some serious problems, and there will be major repercussions.
They have a 20-rebound advantage right now as we head into the third quarter.
The front court for Dallas, the starters, Rafe LaFrentz, Dirk Nowitzki, and Sean Bradley have combined for 1 rebound.
The Blazers, every category, they're just squelching the Mavericks completely. Let's see if Nowitzki starts to get off a little bit here early in the third quarter. He's the guy they need. He'll take the 3. In and out, but Finley is there. Stripped, blocked by Wells from behind. Ruben Patterson on the other end, picking up where he left off, and he's in double figures.
Well, this is a lineup where Patterson, Stoudemire, and Zach Randolph rarely played this year. And now they're starting the second half. Great defense by Bonzi Wells. Leads to transition offense. Things are going so well for the Portland Trailblazers that Ruben Patterson is pulling up for perimeter jumpers on the break.
That foul, by the way, was on Zach Randolph, so he has 3.
Stroke a jumper, Ruben. That's the kind of game it is.
And he got it.
Touch me up, please.
It's a 30-point Portland lead.
John Nelson is going crazy. He is coming quickly to Nahara. Totally dissatisfied Nelson is with the effort of some of his front court players.
Steve Nash with the basket. Now the steal, trying to go coast to coast, and will coast in. With the left hand, he's got 18.
Maurice Cheeks.
Quick.
That's a
timeout. He's only up by 26. Didn't like that last play by Steve Nash, who stepped in front of Damon Stoudemire, who wasn't really looking for the ball, and Nash takes it in. He's got the first 4 Dallas points of the third quarter, but they're still in a big, big hole.
Why do I work so hard? So I can play even harder. What's my thirst? Staying on top. What's yours? I love my job.
This facility is a school. Sure it is. Boy, don't you remember? No! What do you want?
Hang on.
X2, X-Men United, rated PG-13. Now playing.
Androids.
Any sign of body heat will give him away.
A heating duct.
Your body heat triggers it. Re-engineered degree for men. An extra kick of protection.
Droid.
Every time you need it. New degree for men kicks in the clutch.
Foam. Its patented formula knocks out weeds in 24 hours. The leading imitator doesn't. Roundup Fast Act Foam knocks out weeds in 24 hours.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
ESPN2's presentation of the NBA playoffs. Brought to you by NBA Street Volume 2 from EA Sports. Big. And Valvoline's Max Life. Products formulated to help keep your higher mileage car running for a long, long time.
As David Aldridge told you, there's no way Maurice Cheeks is going to play Scottie Pippen with the way this game's going for Portland. Scottie is not like he's not involved. He's been on that bike. He's staying warm, and then he's been active. He's been the main cheerleader on the sideline. You think he's not getting a workout? He might be sweating more than if he was playing. He's winding it up. He's high-stepping. He's helping out in the huddle. You think it doesn't help to have a guy that's got 206 playoff games experience, at least out there in uniform, whether he plays or not? I think it helps.
Second all-time in playoff games played behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, what a resume. One member of the all-time NBA team, 6 NBA championships, 10 all-defensive squad honors, and that 12 minutes that he played at the end of Game 5 has just turned everything around in this series.
And now the young guys have taken over, and they are emotionally in this game. That's something that this team, when you get their head in the game, it's not that they don't have talent, and they've been in this one from the get-go. 10 minutes in the quarter, 5 on the shot clock. Randolph can't get it.
When you talk about the Blazers being the emotionally stable and charged up team, you know things have changed.
Oh, yeah.
The Hornets and the Sixers are tied with 2 minutes left.
Earlier tonight, Detroit
was a winner. They won 103-88. Dirk Nowitzki, still nothing to show for his night except one basket in the first half.
1 for 10 is Nowitzki.
His play tonight defies explanation.
Randolph, foul by Nowitzki, and the basket almost went.
Talking to Don Nelson today about Zach Randolph. He first saw Zach when Zach was in high school. Don Nelson went to see a high school all-star game that Dirk Nowitzki was playing in. Because the Mavericks were the first to get on to Dirk Nowitzki. And at that game, Zach Randolph was just a young star just coming up and in the game as well, was not one of the featured players. But Don Nelson knew from that very day that this guy, Zach Randolph, would one day be an NBA star.
Tom Izzo didn't have him long enough, I know that.
Well,
or he doesn't feel he did.
I don't think he did either. I mean, how much better would he be if he had played for the master teacher, Tom Izzo?
Nash, turnover Dallas. Steve Nash really upset, and the officials frustrated by what Portland's doing to the Mavericks. Wells against Finley. Bonzi baseline, got it!
Let's see, which play do we want to do right now? Do we want to drive baseline and make a layup? Do we want to drive the middle and make a layup? Do we want to run a fast break and make a layup? Or do we want to take it out of the net and get a layup?
Nowitzki finally gets a layup.
First field goal for him since the final minute of the first quarter. And Bonzi Wells, offensive foul. There's a guy that is only a one-year stop too. The MVP of the Final Four, Carmelo Anthony from Syracuse. The national champions, who's made his announcement that he's turning pro.
One of 3 freshmen to ever win the NCAA Most Outstanding Player of the Final Four award. Here with his new agent, Bill Duffy, the legend Bill Duffy, and Ralph Green from Nike. So things happening quickly in Carmelo Anthony's life.
LaFrench puts back the miss from Nash. Outlet to Wallace. To Patterson. Finley's jumper's good just inside the free throw line.
And the Portland Trailblazers have become what used to be the Dallas Mavericks.
The Mavericks, who won 60 games on the regular season, started with a 14-0 flurry to begin the year. Zach Randolph's just picked up his 4th foul, but look at this outlet pass, and watch Wallace leave this ball.
And then on that exchange, Rasheed Wallace goes over and tries to calm down Zach Randolph.
And a technical on top of it on Zach Randolph after he picked up the 4th foul.
Carmelo Anthony sitting in the Nike seats tonight. Rasheed trying to play the role of Dr. Phil.
Those 2 names I didn't think I'd ever hear in the same sentence. Zach will sit down next to his head coach.
And the first question out of Maurice Cheeks' mouth is, what are you doing? We're ahead by an unfathomable, uncalculable amount. And here you are getting a technical? What are you thinking? Are you thinking at all?
This foul will be on Damon Stoudemire. Zach now leaves the comfort of the bench and takes the baseline floor. Stoudemire picking up his 2nd foul.
What is that lead anyway?
That's 27.
Okay, thank you.
Steve Nash with 10 on the shot clock, waiting for Nanara to come around. And he's fouled again. So Nash has drawn 2 fouls, 1 from Stoudemire, 1 from Rasheed Wallace now. But that's not getting Dallas any points.
Nowitzki sitting out. Don Nelson trying to find fresh troops, fresh firepower, but nothing is happening.
Adrian Griffin in the lineup for the first time tonight. Here's Nash. Sort of forced a three. Griffin trying to battle for the rebound. He and Nahara battle for it, but don't get it.
Well, we're glad to see that Adrian Griffin is back. Some tragedy in his family. His grandmother died this week. And in between games 5 and 6, he went from Dallas to Wichita, Kansas, and then came up here to join the team. And our condolences to the entire Griffin family.
Zach Randolph has calmed. I don't think Don Nelson has, though.
Why would you lose your cool when you're up 27?
Youth. Stoudemire, nice crossover dribble and got the shot. 76ers leading in the final 20 seconds over the Hornets by 2. We'll keep you abreast of that one. Allen Iverson's got 41.
Trading baskets at this point will not do the Mavericks any good.
Daniels, first basket.
Steve Nash is taking a beating, but right now it's the Portland Trailblazers. This is like the layup line in warm-ups.
They've got to have
drive right in the right.
They got to have 12 or 15 of those tonight, don't they?
Somebody should tell the Dallas Mavericks that the Blazers are predominantly right-handed team. I mean, Damon Stoudemire is left-handed. Zach Randolph is left-handed, but the rest of the guys are all right-handed. And 5 Blazers once again are in double figures.
Steve Nash is leading Dallas in scoring. He's got 20, now 21. But it's not nearly enough. 78-51 with 6.5 to go third quarter. Brad Nessler, Bill Walton, David Aldridge, and company with you from the Rose Garden in Portland, where the Blazers are inching closer to forcing a 7th game in Dallas Sunday. Wells. That was a double pump and up over the shot clock.
If you're Portland, just don't complain. Referees are going to let a lot of things go here. Keep your poise. I think the biggest problem for Dallas is they're going to lose what little confidence they have left the way they're playing right now.
Stoudemire even gets in a rebound over LaFrentz, or under LaFrentz, if you will.
Nick Van Exel's trying to do everything to keep these guys mentally stable. Talking to them, encouraging them, but it's just not happening.
Look at the rebound.
The collapse continues. What has happened to the team that led the NBA and the best one nearly all season long in this last week?
Wallace goes up to try to jam it, and Nahara fouls him. There's the group, the big 3 that you can always count on. Tonight, Nowitzki has only 4. Finley does have 12. And Nash leads away, as I mentioned, with 21. But not enough. Not nearly enough. Rasheed Wallace with 11 points.
Can the Mavericks even remember when they did play well?
They'd have to go back to last Friday night. Well, maybe part of the game, 3/4 of the game anyway, on Wednesday. But nothing like what we're seeing out of Portland.
But the Blazers in Game 5 controlled that tempo, even though they never led until the last minute of the game on Rasheed Wallace's dynamic 3-pointer. Right now, the big 3 tonight is just absolutely stunted up.
Nowitzki only 4 points. Portland, normally it's Dallas we're saying about being a great free throw shooting team. Portland hasn't missed a free throw tonight either. Finley. Griffin trying to keep it alive. Dallas will have another opportunity. Maybe. And now Finley goes up and over row 1 over here to our left.
Talk about Dallas's problems of losing Their psychological balance and edge.
There's some dough flying out there right now. Bonzi says to the waiter guy, now, wait a minute, whose money is this?
Unbelievable. Look. This just can't be. They weren't trying to put that in Bernie Fryer's pocket, were they?
Watch the cash fly in row 1 right here. Now you got the waiter, and he's going, wait a minute, I'm going to hang in till the very end until I get Michael Finley flying over my head. Then I'm going to drop the money. The only tip he got from Finley was his groin as it passed over his head, I think. Michael goes to the free throw line. He's got 13. They're still trying to figure out who's got what.
What a palace this arena is. The service, the amenities. This is nicer than home.
The waiters are more attentive. Five minutes and change remaining third quarter. Stoudemire over Mavericks, got a three.
The biggest problem for Portland is going to be overconfidence.
Again, the lead is 30. Until Nahara quickly gets down in transition.
Antonio Daniels, nice job team-wise of not losing it when they benched him in favor of Zach Randolph, which proved to be the move of the playoffs this year. Nice passing.
And another step by Patterson. Chance for a three-point play.
Miles all around. Rasheed Wallace celebrating. Nice defense.
Fourth foul on the Prince.
You know how in practice when you run through the offensive sets, they call it dummy offense? That's what this is. It's 5-on-0. Okay, let's execute this play. Let's work on this option of that play.
All the options have been there, and they've all worked. And that's the biggest lead of the night as Patterson has 17 points, 9 this quarter. It's a 31-point Portland advantage.
This is not the same Dallas team that we saw.
That's for sure. Where have they gone? Can you imagine what the pressure is going to be on this Mavericks Sunday if this all stays in form for the next 16 minutes? Nahara, nice pass to LaFrance.
Finally, something happened. Sixers win and move on. New Orleans just could not overcome all the injuries. The broken finger to Jamal Mashburn, the sore knee by Baron Davis.
Even though they both played brilliantly at times, and Mashburn came back to play, and at 21 the other night, I don't know how many he had tonight. Not enough, so Philadelphia advances. Portland starting to play like a team that is thinking not tying, but advancing. Dallas knew that they had given life to a team that looked like they were about ready to give up a week ago. No. Behind the back. And they're going to bring it back.
Rasheed Wallace is just out there playing as if this is a Harlem Globetrotter.
I was just going to say, that pass was a Globetrotter move, and he's smiling about it, but they're bringing it back. I didn't even hear the whistle. It's so loud in here.
There was a backcourt violation. Shades of Meadowlark Lemon, who went into the Basketball Hall of Fame this year.
Look at this move. Whoop. Right there.
That's a bad call. Oh, they missed that one. He was still in the backcourt, Rasheed was. Little difference does it make as the lead is now. This crowd wants blood. They are booing when they're ahead by 31 points late in the third.
And Exel fouled by Daniels.
I love this game.
So the East now, Detroit and Orlando's the only thing that hasn't been determined. As tonight, Detroit a winner to even it at 3 games apiece. 76ers, Celtics, and Nets have advanced.
Things have changed in that Detroit-Orlando series. It looked like the Tracy McGrady show, but Detroit has come up with the strategy of let's just take the ball out of Tracy McGrady's hands. But in this game, you are not going to lose when you have that kind of domination on the boards and shooting percentage, playing at home, playing with the confidence and trust in everyone, the ball movement that we just have never seen from this Blazer squad.
Portland's hit 9 of its 11 shots this quarter. They're shooting 64% for the game. And now Griffin and Patterson. And right in front of the Dallas bench, Patterson trying to throw that ball off Griffin's head. And a technical foul.
They called a foul, first of all, on the Dallas defender, as Patterson was pushed out of bounds. They try to post up Ruben Patterson. The double team comes down, and Griffin just rides him out of the bound. They call a pushing foul, and then the resultant an inexcusable technical foul by Ruben Patterson. Just let it go.
So Patterson and Zach Randolph, two of the young guys that have picked up technicals when it's really not necessary.
But you're winning. You're hammering. You're embarrassing the other team. It's a love fest here. Adrian Griffin has just come from his grandmother's funeral, and you're going to throw the ball at his head.
They did shake hands shortly after that interchange, by the way. There you go.
Looks sincere.
Well, it's better than nothing.
See you Sunday. That's about what that was.
Or next time down court, whichever comes first. Ruben Patterson's been great off the Portland bench again tonight. 10 points in the quarter, 18 for the game. The Dallas Stars looking on. Rasheed Wallace, one of the starters, can sit. Sabonis was great when he came in.
What if Portland wins this series? Unprecedented.
It would be unprecedented. It's never happened that anybody's come back from down 3-0.
But the big concern is that what does Dallas have to build on other than their home court?
Offensive foul on Griffin. Well, 15 minutes left. All Portland.
Recently, all the winners of the Car and Driver Best Pickup Award got together for a little reunion. It's good to see everyone again. Silverado, the 3-time winner, the only winner of Car and Driver's Best Pickup Award. Silverado, a truck from Chevy. The most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
So whatever it takes, grab a seat for Beach Week with your host, Ali Landry. Starts Sunday night at 8, only on the Travel Channel, Channel 277.
It's the DirecTV preview event you've all been waiting for with a groundbreaking new band, Coldplay. With songs from their first CD, Parachutes. Oh yeah, they were all yellow. And their latest, Rush of Blood to the Head. Coldplay exhibits incredible songwriting and performing skills. Don't miss this exciting DirecTV preview event every weekend in May on Channel 103 and pick up a Coldplay CD today.
ESPN2's presentation of the NBA playoffs, brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, is it in you?
Update the situation in New Orleans. The New Orleans Hornets done. Allen Iverson comes up big twice late, Greg Anthony.
I tell you, he is such a clutch performer. He hits big shots. That shot he just pulled out of his behind there. But also, give some props. Keith Van Horn, 18 points, 18 rebounds. The Sixers out-rebound New Orleans in this game.
And they advance now Sixers will face the winner of the Pistons Magic series. Of course, that forces a Game 7 on Sunday. Gentlemen?
We're starting to look a lot like a Game 7 Sunday between these two, Kevin and Greg, and everybody wanted to be a champion. There's a champion with David Aldridge right now courtside. D.A.?
Carmelo, when you watch a game like this, what are you thinking about?
I just wish I could be out here. It reminds me of the national championship game, the excitement, and everybody cheering. I mean, Portland's putting a whipping on Dallas right now, so hopefully they can come back.
Well, you only played in college 1 year, but did you ever play a team, first game you killed them, second game they killed you?
No, I never played a game like that, man, no.
What are you looking most forward to about playing in the NBA?
Just being out there and just working hard every day, trying to get better every day.
Anybody's game that you pattern yours after, or you think you play like?
Nah, a lot of people say Paul Pierce, but like I don't pattern my game at nobody. Man.
You're the first Carmelo, right?
Yeah, the first.
Carmelo, good luck with you in the draft. And do you have any preference about where you want to go?
Nah, no preferences right now.
All right.
Anywhere, whoever drafted.
You'll get a good player, right?
Yeah.
Right. Good luck in the draft. Enjoy the rest of the game. Back to you, Brad.
All right, Carmelo Anthony from Syracuse, national champions, the MVP of the Final Four.
Carmelo, stock options, baby.
What are you going to like most? Those checks, the 1st and 15th of every month.
Get to know Phil Knight personally.
Whistle and a foul, Bonzi Wells. And that's Bonzi's 4th. Boy, great balance tonight for Portland. Stoudemire right now has 14. Wells has 18. Wallace has 12. So does Randolph. And Ruben Patterson off the bench with 18. There you go. That's what we're talking about.
But that trend continuing, the carryover, they're not going to put Scottie Pippen in, are they?
Whoa.
Why are we doing this?
David Aldridge had said that Mo Cheeks said, no way, we're going to...
You know what? I bet Scottie asked to go in here. He wants to get a little bit of a run. He's feeling good.
Everybody up for a couple of reasons.
This has become a Tom Wolfe novel. I mean, Scottie Pippen trashed this organization 3 weeks ago. Just absolutely slaughtered the general manager and president, Bob Whitsitt. Questioned everything about him.
And he's out of board.
And now they're giving him a standing ovation after he comes back in. This is unbelievable.
Finley hits a 3.
Maybe Scottie just figured it was so easy to score and get layups. Let me go out there and give it a try.
The lead momentarily before that three-point shot was a 32-point advantage. Patterson goes hard to the board. Finley this time trying to penetrate and leaves it. And Nahara missed.
Caught the ball on the way down, Nahara. No momentum, as the momentum is completely evaporated from the Dallas Mavericks. Scottie Pippen hasn't touched the basketball since Wednesday night. Comes in the first touch, wide open, able to kiss it off the glass. What leadership. What competitive greatness, poise and confidence.
As you said, wanting to get in the act. Who could blame him? And now he'll go to the free throw line.
Quintel Woods, the high flyer, into the action now for Portland.
I don't know if they have a red headband left. They might ask you to go back out there.
2 shots.
All 10 Blazers that have played have scored. Scottie Pippen has 3 points already in his brief journey onto the floor. As Bill talked about earlier, there's the numbers, only second to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar number of playoff games.
And the great Danny Ainge, the legend. One of the real impressive things about tonight's Blazer performance has been the ball movement. This is a team that will never be we'll never be mistaken for a real squad until what we've seen the last 12 minutes of game 5, and then tonight the crowd rises as one.
They have 25 assists tonight. That's how well they're moving the ball around. Final shot time. McGinnis for 3. And the rebound is Roger Bell, and that will expire quarter number 3.
That's the end of the third quarter.
97 points through 3 quarters. 80% field goal shooting for Portland that quarter. Nice defense. 12 minutes away from heading back to Texas and forcing Game 7.
Saturn Ion Quad Coupe, specifically designed and engineered for whatever's next.
When athletes sweat, they lose more than just water. Gatorade puts back sodium and potassium, proven to replenish and rehydrate athletes better than water. Gatorade. Is it in you?
What are you doing? I'm working my tail off.
You're lying there in a bed.
No, this is just a symbol of how I feel in my new Red Wing boots. It's a bed. No. Red Wings just feel like a big comfy bed for my feet. It's a metaphor. It's a bed. It's a metaphor. A bed.
Hey, you two, get back to work.
Red Wing Comfort Force, the most comfortable boot we've ever made.
I'm getting a pair of those metaphors.
You gelling? No telling how much I'm gelling. You gelling? You know I'm gelling.
Hey, Ellen, you gelling?
I'm gelling like a felon. You want some melon?
Nah, but hey, I'm like mud gelling. I'm so gelling.
Nice.
Are you gelling yet? Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles are made from the softest gel ever created. If you and your shoes don't feel outrageously comfortable, you get your money back. Guaranteed.
I'm gelling.
You're not gelling. You're so not gelling.
Are you gelling yet? Dr. Scholl. Look, feel, do better.
I've seen signs of the future. I've seen the signs of change. Bear witness to the age of agility. The time of tricks, hesitation, head fake, freedom to change, and license to flaunt. Bugging out, crossovers, snapping ankles. You hear what I'm saying? Listen to me. Make your move. NBA Street Volume 2, rated E for everyone. Street ball will never, ever be the same.
EA Sports.
As we mentioned earlier, 76ers knock off the Hornets 107-103 behind Allen Iverson's 45 points. Sal Masekela caught up with the answer right after the game.
When everything's going bad for your team, all you can do is keep playing and keep fighting. And that's been the makeup of this squad all year. You know, we play with our heart, and then whatever happens, happens. You know, if we don't get it done, we can look in the mirror after the game and say we gave it our all and feel satisfied about it. So we just kept fighting, and unfortunately it worked out for us.
Here, nothing's working out for Dallas. Their lowest scoring quarter in playoff history in the second. The other 2 quarters weren't that great either.
Did you see that sign?
Our billionaire could beat your billionaire. Through 3 quarters, Paul Allen's taking care of Mark Cuban at this point, the owners.
Well, Paul Allen could only sit there and watch in amazement as the reaction of this crowd, which has just been spectacular tonight. It has not been the case over the last few years as the Blazer Maniacs have lost faith.
Let's check in with D.A.
Guys, Dale Davis obviously done for tonight with that strained groin. X-rays were negative. He's getting treatment now. He will get treatment all night. Listed as day-to-day for Sunday. They're just going to keep treating him and hope he can go on Sunday.
Well, that's the only thing that didn't go well for Portland tonight. And Davis had played very well early in the ballgame. A couple of quick baskets. He was going for his third and then going for a miss on his own shot when he landed kind of awkwardly, and that's when he headed to the locker room.
But the way it's gone for Portland, I fully expect Dale Davis to walk back out here and start
and play again.
I mean, Scotty was ruled out of this game, and all logic would tell you that Scottie Pippen should be sitting over there on that bench with an ice bag on his knee, waiting for one final performance. Yet here he is out here hustling, diving for balls, playing defense, grabbing boards.
Should he be out there?
No. But Scotty's in charge. Maurice Cheeks is not going to tell Scottie Pippen what to do.
And Roger Bell got in the face of Quintel Woods a little bit. Tempers a little on edge.
Now the NBA does not have a mercy rule, do they?
A 30-run rule or something like that?
Well, wasn't there talk about some of that in women's basketball at the high school level? You must have missed that conference call.
I did miss that conference call. You got the 10-run rule in Little League. We should have the 35-point rule, maybe. I don't know. A lot of basketball left here, but not a lot of time left for Dallas. They can just keep playing, I guess, Dallas, and hope to fight their way through this, get some of their reserves some time, some of their starters some rest, and start thinking about Sunday. Because right now, it's all reserves on the floor for the Mavericks.
Don Nelson is concerned about resting his squad, keeping them fresh, not discouraged mentally. But this is a limited squad, Dallas. This is not a team with overpowering physical dominance. The first 3 games, Dallas was just perfect, seemed to be poised to be able to take on Sacramento.
Remember, they were the highest scoring team in the regular season and kept that through the first couple of games. Now Sabonis coming back in.
Dale Davis is going to walk back through that tunnel.
Zach Randolph's upset. That's part of the reason Sabonis is coming back in. Scottie Pippen just pointed at his head and said, think of what you're doing. And Rasheed Wallace, of all people, has come out to play referee on the bench to cool down the young guy who sits down next to Herb Brown now.
You could not script this.
Pippen gets it back from McGinnis.
The ball movement. Look at the rebound.
Pippen got the rebound. And he's fouled. When you see him hit the deck, you kind of hold your breath like, okay, wait a minute.
It's Scotty's left knee. He's wearing the big sleeve on it. He's been operated on many times, Scotty. Back, ankles, heels, his right knee. Been working very, very hard on getting this left knee back, and it's nearly there. Well, we've seen teams in the past that have been hammered like Dallas has tonight, where they come with their regulars down the stretch and they try to find their game again. I just don't get that sense that Don Nelson is going to try that strategy. We saw Larry Brown and Allen Iverson doing it against Milwaukee a few years ago.
Sabonis has 10 now. Underneath, he's got the rebound.
You want to end the game with a positive, but it looks as if the Dallas Mavericks just want the game to end.
Quintel Woods outside. Everybody's in the act.
I wouldn't be surprised if Maurice Lucas and Lionel Hollins walked through it.
I said if they had a red headband left, you could get out there because everybody they played has scored now.
No, they're looking for gray headbands now.
101-74 with 8.5 minutes to go in the ball game.
They're fouling Sabonis as he's walking away from the basket.
Looks like the Blazers are out of the woods. Quintel's got one now. 101-74.
Tradition. A look on the other guy's face. To be my own Manning.
Being a woman.
because last year I couldn't.
Millions of little girls.
Every athlete is fueled by something.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on, wipe it off. No rubbing, no buffing. New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. New Finish.
Top-rated New Finish, available at Rite Aid, Pep Boys, Ace, AutoZone, Walgreens, Kmart, and other leading stores.
Little boy asks his neighbors why they're always working on their yard. Neighbor looks up. Nothing more relaxing. Nothing wrong with getting your hands dirty, she adds. Little boy's dad asks how they manage it all. Neighbor nods across the yard. Nothing runs like a deer. John Deere lawn and garden tractors. Durability, precision, versatility, and exclusive support for everyone who puts more into their yard and expects more out of their tractor.
Thanks for making me a fighter. Flashing the other side.
ESPN2's presentation of the NBA playoffs, brought to you by Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Great night of playoff basketball and playoff performances. Tracy McGrady, 37 against the Pistons, and normally that would be enough, but Chauncey Billups, a career-high 40 points. Pistons force a Game 7, but nobody was better than AI as the Sixers close out the Hornets. A great night for AI as he drops 45 points. He is your leading scorer. How about Keith Van Horn with 18 rebounds? Now think about that for a second. Van Horn, 18 rebounds. The Mavericks so far in this game, just 22, Brad.
All right, Kevin. Game 7 is very much going to be a reality because here's what's happened in this series. Dallas wins the first 3, including Game 3, a 12-point win here last Friday night. Then Portland battled back. They won 2 in a row. They lead 101 to 74.
Game 7. What you live for. What could be better? And which Dallas Maverick team will show up?
The Mavericks have played in one Game 7 in their playoff history. They lost in 1988 to the Lakers.
In the Western Conference Finals, the Lakers went on to win their second consecutive championship. This series, Dirk Nowitzki, 35 points a game on 50+% shooting. 2 for 11. An absolute nightmare. And what are the Mavericks going to be able to do about it and get from this game?
Roger Bell hits a 3. Little over 8 minutes remaining. Dallas knew they were going to have a Sunday game. They didn't know who it was going to be against.
Beautiful. Tease them, Sabonis.
The big sweeper. You like that one, didn't you?
How about the pass originally to Scottie Pippen along the baseline?
Sabonis 6 out of 7, 14 points in the ballgame.
When was the last time Sabonis left the ground?
He's left the ground twice tonight.
No.
He had a dunk earlier in the ball.
He brought the rim down.
I think he jumped. I really do. Nice cut to the basket. Woods leaves it.
Oh, no.
Now he throws another one in. Tell me he didn't leave the ground.
Throw it down, big man. Throw it down.
Walt Williams throws it from long range. Sabonis with 16 points. He's only missed 1 shot. He's had some great passes, some huge rebounds. He was the spark in the first quarter when Dallas actually led this game by 7.
everybody getting involved. The back cut, beautiful, on the mark. Swing it to the weak side. Draw the defenders. Yes, I saw air.
I told you. Now he'll get some air on the sideline.
Portland, 28 assists on the night.
7 minutes, 107-82. Bell. He goes to the basket.
This game is Dallas at the second best record in the NBA. This is like an end of the regular season game where the Clippers or Cleveland or Golden State comes into town and just wild up and down.
And a whistle, foul inside. NBA.com has compiled the 10 greatest shots in NBA playoffs history. Log on to cast your vote and pick the best shot only on NBA.com.
I sure hope John Havlicek's shot in the finals of 1976 in the triple overtime game against Phoenix was on there. Nice to see John Havlicek get on the Love It Live tour bus last night in Boston.
All right.
And Bobby Jones is there as well on the bus now. The legends coming out.
Abdul ahead with the rebound off McGinnis. Miss. Roger Bell getting a lot of time. Miss going to the basket.
Dallas technical foul here. Raja Bell. Please. Dallas has won 6 playoff series in franchise history. They've only won twice on their home court.
In 23 seasons, their record is 32-39. They'll be 10-28 on the road when this one's over. In playoff games.
In 1984, Dallas beat Seattle when they played the final game of that series at SMU's Moody Coliseum. In 1988, they beat Denver at the old Reunion Arena. Will they be able to come back to life after this disastrous week?
It's been 3 years since they've lost 3 games in a row. And it's about 6 minutes away from happening.
Imagine how happy Mark Cuban is. Mark was so distraught after Game 5. Mark refused to comment, sitting outside the locker room with his head in his hand. We had a chance to visit with him before the game. Confident, but angry, on edge. Maybe some of his players need to come with that same attitude.
And if I'm not mistaken, and DA could back me up on this, Dallas will stay overnight tonight in Portland. They will not go home. They have found through the years statistically that they do better if they don't fly home and get home at some ridiculous hour in the morning. And DA, they are going to be here until tomorrow morning, right before going back home.
That's right. That's right. They're going to practice. They're going to stay here tonight. They feel like they play better as opposed to trying to go home tonight where they don't get much sleep. Turn right around, try to practice. Get a good night's sleep tonight, then fly home, and they may or may not practice tomorrow. I don't think I'd practice very much if I were them right now.
No. They need to think about it.
They want to put this one in the rearview mirror pretty quickly, don't they?
Staying here tonight is the right thing. For your body clock, you get to bed early, because this is the night. It's the 2 nights before the game that the rest is so critical. When you fly to Dallas from here, you're not going to get to bed till 6 or 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, nice pass. Zach Randolph.
Zach's back in there. He's cooled off and now warmed back up, if you know what I mean.
Well, let's see. Who's got technicals for the Blazers tonight? Zach and Ruben Patterson.
Oh, Bonzi Wells.
They're winning by 30 and they've got 3 technicals.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Nice move by McGinnis. Just swiped that rebound, trying to leave it for Zach Randolph. A little too cute. Now it's Walt Williams just going the other way. So Griffin and Bell and Abdullah Head and Williams and Eschmeyer, all those guys off the bench have all scored for Dallas. It doesn't really matter. 113-91.
Never let the show get in the way of winning the game. And they've already won this game. You don't want to embarrass your opponent, particularly when you got to go into their building and try to win the next game.
You don't want to think that that one's going to be easy at American Airlines Center. Off the glass, that's the way the night is going. With
those kind fall for you.
For Dallas, a giant reality and gut check. The countdown has begun for the Mavericks.
In 1935, Foxwood Farm started with one horse and a truck. The horse was a thoroughbred. The truck, a Chevy Suburban. Today, they have a few more horses. But there's still only one truck. Chevy Suburban. With an available 8.1-liter Vortec engine, it's capable of towing up to 6 tons, making it the best Suburban yet. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
From Christopher Guest, director of Best in Show and Waiting for Guffman, comes A Mighty Wind.
Excuse me, I must be full.
Rolling Stone calls A Mighty Wind a gift from comedy heaven. You rock. It's fantastic.
Big time stuff.
The large cast of regulars are hilarious.
There she blows!
You'll love A Mighty Wind.
I don't remember much.
A Mighty Wind, rated PG-13. Now playing select cities. Starts May 9th everywhere.
In a world of computer confusion, 3 young interns will soon learn there's one place with all the answers. A place where you can get a PC made just for you at a price that's right for you. A place where computer confusion has met its match.
Thanks for calling, Dell. What can I build for you today?
Get ready. Dell presents The Interns.
So, what do you think of my movie?
Well, that's one way to make an intern training video.
Now you can get a Dimension desktop with an Intel Pentium 4 processor for just $5.99 after mail-in rebate. And right now, you'll pay nothing for 90 days. Visit our website for even more great offers. And check out our notebooks, too. You're not just getting a great deal, you're getting a Dell.
Darren, about my close-ups, there could be more of them.
Rated E for easy. Easy as Dell. Dell PCs use Intel Pentium 4 processors.
Game 6 between the Pistons and Magic and the story Chauncey Billups. He was shooting 14% from 3. He was 4 of 28 in the first 5 games, 7 of 14 in Game 6, drops a career-high 40 points.
This league is a game of runs. We knew, we were up early, but they were going to definitely make a run. They're at home. They got the crowd behind them. And we just wanted to, try to, sustain and stay aggressive and play to win instead of, playing not to lose.
We don't know about next round yet. We'll figure that out on Sunday. We do know there will be a Game 7. Our Sprite Mad skills, if you've missed some of this, let's just take a look at some of the sights and sounds of tonight's Rose Garden action. Sellout crowd has been fantastic from the opening tip, and they have been rewarded tonight.
Rewarded? They have been liberated. The oppression that has kept this crowd unhappy, staying at home, not being involved for the last 3 years, has now all of a sudden been totally lifted. It's incredible.
Let's check in with D.A.
Guys, before the game, I asked Maurice Cheeks if he allowed himself to think about playing a Game 7, and he got the biggest smile on his face. He said, you know what, I told these guys there's nothing like a Game 7. It's the ultimate. You guys won't understand what it's like until you get to play in it. The other night when they were down 6 with 4 minutes left, he turned to one of his assistants and said, this is what it's all about. I'm loving this playoff basketball. And now his Blazers get a chance to play in that Game 7 on Sunday.
4 times as a player, Maurice Cheeks 76ers eliminated Don Nelson's coached Milwaukee Buck teams, 81, 82, 83, and 85. So he's been there on the other bench only as a player instead of a coach, and now he's en route to his 3rd straight win as a playoff coach. Zach Randolph's got another big night coming off 25 points and 15 rebounds 2 games ago, 22 and 9 on Wednesday, and now it's 19 and 10 for young number 50.
And even the Blazer bench, the deep reserves, are spanking the Maverick deep reserves. And then another right-handed layup.
And there it is. Ruben Patterson's got 20.
It's like there's a skip in my disc.
Well, I've been meaning to tell you about that. I've been meaning to talk to you.
Well, Portland bench, 21 for 35 tonight for 51 points.
And the 3 stars for Dallas can only look on with those faces as they're getting thumped by 24, and it really hasn't been that close. A little over 2 minutes left in the ball game.
I've frankly been disappointed in Dallas. Granted, Portland has played phenomenally well.
Last week we were disappointed in Portland when we were here on Friday night.
We just haven't seen the fight. We haven't seen the spirit. We haven't seen the competitive response.
Seemed like once Sabonis came in and started taking over early and they lost that lead, they lost the will to win.
Motorcycle financing can have a funny way of changing on you when you don't expect it. So keep your eyes open and get a straight deal that doesn't change with financing that's as solid as a Honda. 0 down payment, 0 payments for the first 3 months, and lock in a low 6.9% fixed APR for up to 5 years for consistent monthly payments on any new Honda motorcycle, scooter, personal watercraft, or ATV. So head for your local Honda dealer today. And remember, it's not just a deal, it's a straight deal. And it's from Honda.
Time Magazine, the New York Times, Rolling Stone. The critics are raving. A Mighty Wind is a gift from comedy heaven.
I don't like folk music.
Me too.
Terrific, says New York Magazine. Achingly funny.
Hey, what happened?
Time Magazine says it's mighty funny.
Excuse me, I must be full.
And Joel Siegel calls A Mighty Wind one of the most brilliant films of the year.
We dig what you do.
A Mighty Wind, rated PG-13. Now playing select cities. Starts May 9th everywhere.
Red. Live by the code.
Hey, Veronica? Yeah? Would you like to go to McDonald's with me? No, I wouldn't, Steve. It's Sam. Whatever.
I'll go, Sam. McDonald's and a man like you? A girl would be crazy to pass that up.
That was really cool, Aunt Tiffany. What?
Well, it looks like we're set for a big Sunday of basketball starting at 12:30 Eastern on ESPN. Game 7 between the Magic and Pistons. Now the Pistons trying to become just the 7th team in NBA playoff history to avoid elimination after falling behind 3-1. And then on ABC, Portland and Dallas. That starts at 3 p.m. with NBA shoot-around. And then it's the Blazers and Mavericks, Game 7. Can the Blazers become the first team in NBA history to come back from a 3-0 deficit?
Kevin, as you said, coming back from 3-1 is one thing. Coming back from 3-0 is a completely different story, and a story that most teams never get a chance to tell. Only 4 times have they made it a 6-game series. Only twice, Denver and Utah in '94, and New York and Rochester in '51 have ever come back to stretch it to 7 games. Now, has anybody ever come back and won it? Only once has a champion emerged. Twice in the history of the National Hockey League, 2 teams have come back. The '42 Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup. The Islanders didn't. But the other 2, the NBA and Major League Baseball, of the 228 times that it's happened, it's almost impossible. And now Portland is within a minute, 54 seconds of at least forcing the 7th and seeing if they can pull off the impossible.
Wow. To be part of history. The Blazers are on the cusp of history right now. They're shooting 60% for the game. The Trailblazer record for highest field goal percentage in the history of the franchise playoffs. It's 59%. 59-8 at Denver 26 years ago.
Woods inside. Everybody on the team has scored.
Again, the similarities to a Tom Wolfe novel just never stop here. Now Zach Randolph and Quintel Woods have taken their headbands off.
I was just going to say the headbands are gone. There are none anywhere to be seen. All the ones on the bench are off, all the ones on the floor are off. Looks like a different team out there right now. Down to a minute 15. We will be heading back to American Airlines Center, where, by the way, Dallas this year was 33-8 at home. So that's not an easy win. Eschmeyer getting some cleanup duty underneath.
But playoff basketball is not so much about home court as to who's playing well. And in the last week, it has been the Portland Trailblazers.
Has it ever?
And this crowd roaring with approval.
A week ago tonight, on a rainy night in Portland, the Blazers got throttled. Their fans were asking the question and trying not to boo and trying to hang in to find a reason to cheer. And after that game, they said, where are the guts on this team? Well, suddenly, 98-79, 103-99, and now 123-100. They found the guts. Will there be glory at the end? We don't know, but we know one thing. We're heading back to Texas, and we'll be there. There's the finish. Nope, a foul instead.
What incredible fans who have been put through such a roller coaster. And now just standing as one. Hugging, kissing, tears.
Toweling off.
So many of the painted faces.
Zach Randolph can make it a 20-point night. The young second-year inside player who has been the biggest difference when he became a starter. The Blazers started to turn things around.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Zach will probably start Game 7 as well.
I'm with you. We know one thing. There's Game 7.
Maybe the rest of his career.
Bell hits a three, and that one will ring hollow because it's going to be a lopsided Portland win. Trailblazers in front of a sellout crowd shock the Mavericks. They tie their franchise playoff record, 59.8% from the floor, and they win it going away. 125-103 is the final. Don't forget, we'll see you on Sunday in Dallas. Coming up next, NBA Tonight. For Bill Walton and David Aldridge, I'm Brad Nessler from the Rose Garden. It was a bed of thorns a week ago. It couldn't smell any sweeter than it does right now. See you Sunday in Texas.